ABC 36 News Weekend Edition starts now.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for ABC 36 News at 6:30. I'm Carla Wade. We begin tonight with what appears to be a freak accident that has claimed the life of a former Knox County official. ABC 36's Tony Hensley was the only Lexington TV reporter at the scene. He joins us live by phone with the latest.
Well, good evening, Carla. Yes, this is a sad and shocking news coming out of Knox County this afternoon. My family and I was actually at a local park celebrating Mother's Day with my mother when we heard about this news. Now, according to the Knox County Sheriff's Department and the Knox County Coroner, Mike Blevins, 60-year-old Jerry Wayne Garland. We'll have the latest on this story coming up tonight on ABC 36 beginning at 10 and again at 11. But for now, reporting live by phone in Knox County, Tony Hensley, ABC 36 News.
All right, thank you, Tony. It has been a jarring weekend in Madison County after a tornado left behind a trail of death and destruction in several communities. In an instant, people lost loved ones, homes, and treasured belongings. Many of those people have relied on their faith during this difficult time. Meteorologist Jeff Cornish takes a look at how faith in God carries people through a natural disaster.
Less than 48 hours after the devastating tornado passed just south of the town of Kirksville, the congregation of the Kirksville Baptist Church got together today and they worshiped. The tornado has given them plenty of opportunities to put
in Christ will jump in and help you out.
One man who I spoke with said that his faith in the Lord grows during times of adversity, and you can easily see that here with the tornado in Madison County. In Kirksville, Jeff Cornish, ABC 36 News.
And as Jeff mentioned, people in Madison County are just beginning to put their lives back together after Friday's tornado. That includes cleaning up and deciding whether or not to rebuild or move on. ABC 36's John McGarry is live in Madison County right now with more. John.
Carla, we're at the intersection of 52 and 1295 where some of the worst damage occurred. This is the second day of what's going to be many days of cleanup for these folks, but they're learning they're not in it by themselves. After seeing what an F2 tornado can do, one can only imagine what an F5 might be capable of. Now, some folks were home when the tornado came. Others returned later to learn they had no home. Helen Estes told us she didn't want to talk about her experience Friday afternoon, but she did want to say thanks to all the people who've come by to help her since then.
Well, they've just been wonderful, and some of them I can't tell you names, but we've been swamped with friends, and we've been blessed.
How does that make you feel?
Great. Great. Even with my loss, I feel great that we've got so many friends.
More scenes of damage behind us. I've been doing this a long time. I've never quite seen anything like this. Now, National Guard's out here in part to help control traffic. This is probably the most vehicles 1295 and 52 has ever seen. But folks here are learning that not all the people who drive by are just rubberneckers. Some of them are coming by to help. We're going to have a lot more of that tonight on ABC 36 News at 10 and 11. Live in Madison County, John McGarry, ABC 36 News.
All right, thank you, John. We go now to Estill County, where people awoke to flooding from the Kentucky River. The river was predicted to rise about 30 feet early this morning. ABC 36's Cheryl Glassford has more on the situation there.
Although the flood was not as bad as predicted here in Estill County, the rising waters still have damaged homes and blocked roads. At its highest point in Estill County, Cheryl Glassford, ABC 36 News.
With so much damage from severe weather across central and southern Kentucky, our ABC 36 viewers have continued to send us pictures of what it looks like where they are. Now, these pictures were sent in to us from Philip Scribano. As you can see, these barns were just turned into big piles of debris. That's along Lancaster Road in Madison County. Now, the National Weather Service toured that area Saturday and confirmed that it was an EF2 tornado packing winds of up to 130 miles per hour. We know that there is damage out there that our crews could not get to, and if you'd like to show it to us, you can still send us your pictures to news36@WTVQ.com.
And a good evening to you. A pretty nice day today for cleanup, that is for sure. A little bit cooler than normal. We got 70 degrees for a high. But our live Viper radar, it has been, for the most part, quiet. We've had to have moving in. I'll let you know when they get here coming up in just a couple of minutes. Carla, back to you.
All right, thank you, John. Two state police officers are on leave after a shooting in Knott County left one man dead. Officials say that troopers Joel Abner and Randall Riley were called for a welfare check on Big Spring Branch Road. At the scene, the officers say that 63-year-old Charles Sizemore pulled out a handgun and then the officers exchanged gunfire. Sizemore was hit and then pronounced dead at the scene. The officers were not hurt but were placed on leave pending an investigation. In Danville, officers were called to a home on Shakertown Road after reports of shots fired there. At the scene, officers found several shell casings. 18-year-old Chris Harlan was treated for minor abrasions at Ephraim McDowell and released. That shooting remains under investigation. Attorneys for the former Fort Campbell soldier found guilty of raping and murdering an Iraqi teenager and killing her family say they are working hard to save him from the death penalty. A jury found Stephen Green guilty last week in the 2006 attack on the 14-year-old girl and her family. Jurors will be called back into court tomorrow to decide if Green will be sentenced to death or a long prison term. All of the nation celebrated their mothers today, but for a few new mothers, being outside was not an option. Up next, we take you inside the neonatal intensive care unit, and we'll show you how one little girl made a world of difference. Plus, will a big contribution for a familiar region of the state make or break Lieutenant Governor Daniel Monjardo's chance at the U.S. Senate?
You're watching ABC 36 News Weekend Edition.